గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా, పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా, ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సర్దాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా?
Meet the candidates. Reverend Warnock, psychology graduate, PhD and pastor. Mr. Walker, never graduated, never trained, never served. Reverend Warnock works tirelessly for the good of his congregation, his constituents and his country. Mr. Walker is an abusive husband, an absent father and pays for abortions, but he does play football. Warnock's hero, Martin Luther King. Walker is a Trumpist. Make the right choice. Vote Senator Warnock.
Paid for by Desi Blue, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
Welcome to Myth Busting.
Republicans are better for the economy.
Let's see. Data shows real GDP has grown 1.6 times faster under Democrats.
Republicans are better for jobs.
Really? Job growth has been 2.5 times faster under Democrats.
Republicans are better for my pocketbook.
Really? Republicans give us recessions while Democrats grow the economy. And the winner is... So if you want to win, vote Senator Warnock.
Paid for by Desi Blue, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా.
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन साहब का खेल.
डाउनलोड आहा नाउ.
हमने साथ मिलकर कोविड-19 पर अच्छी लीडरशिप के लिए वोट दिया.
మేము ఆరోగ్య రక్షణ కోసం ఓటు వేస్తాము.
ਅਸੀਂ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਬੇਈਮਾਨ ਪॉलिटिशियਨਾਂ ਦੇ खिलाफ वोट ਦਿੱਤਾ.
ഞങ്ങൾ ചുற்றுപുറത്തേക്ക് വാക്களிப்போம்.
आम्ही स्त्रियांच्या हक्कांसाठी मतदान केले.
हमने साथ में वोट दिया नस्ल परस्तों को निकालने के लिए.
हमें हमारो मत साथे रहीने इकोनॉमी पाછી લાવવા દીધો.
A family that votes together wins together. Vote Senator Warnock.
Paid for by Desi Blue, desiblue.org, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
We all know the America we love and deserve. But Trump Republicans are trying to take away every value we cherish. Our safety.
Tonight we begin with the growing epidemic of gun violence.
Our rights.
The court overturned nearly 50 years of abortion precedent.
Our democracy.
Turning now to the new unsettling video from the January 6th Capitol riot.
Our existence.
In the Northeast, freak flooding. Meanwhile, out west, historic heat.
But we won't let them win. The future is in our hands. Vote Warnock.
Paid for by Desi Blue, desiblue.org, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
वोटर्स क्या जाने सेनेट का क्या होगा, मेजोरिटी मिले या ना मिले क्या होगा, कोई न जाने सबका फ्यूचर क्या होगा. बैलेट उठा वोट कर आ, सिटी बचा के बोल जॉर्जिया ऑल इज वेल.
All is not well, folks. To avoid gridlocks in the US Senate, we need every Georgia Desi to vote for Senator Warnock on December 6th. So come out and vote.
Paid for by Desi Blue, desiblue.org, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా, పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా, ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సర్దాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా?
Meet the candidates. Reverend Warnock, psychology graduate, PhD and pastor. Mr. Walker, never graduated, never trained, never served. Reverend Warnock works tirelessly for the good of his congregation, his constituents and his country. Mr. Walker is an abusive husband, an absent father and pays for abortions, but he does play football. Warnock's hero, Martin Luther King. Walker is a Trumpist. Make the right choice. Vote Senator Warnock.
Paid for by Desi Blue, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
Welcome to Myth Busting.
Republicans are better for the economy.
Let's see. Data shows real GDP has grown 1.6 times faster under Democrats.
Republicans are better for jobs.
Really? Job growth has been 2.5 times faster under Democrats.
Republicans are better for my pocketbook.
Really? Republicans give us recessions while Democrats grow the economy. And the winner is... So if you want to win, vote Senator Warnock.
Paid for by Desi Blue, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా.
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन साहब का खेल।
Download AHA now.
हमने साथ मिलकर कोविड-19 पर अच्छी लीडरशिप के लिए वोट दिया।
మేము ఆరోగ్య రక్షణ కోసం ఓటు వేస్తాము.
ਅਸੀਂ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਬੇਈਮਾਨ ਪੋਲਿਟਿਸ਼ਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਖਿਲਾਫ ਵੋਟ ਦਿੱਤਾ.
ഞങ്ങൾ ചുറ്റുപുറത്തേക്ക് വാക്കളിക്കും.
आम्ही स्त्रियांच्या हक्कांसाठी मतदान केले.
हमने साथ में वोट दिया है नस्ल परस्तों को निकालने के लिए।
અમે અમારો મત સાથે રહીને ઇકોનોમી પાછી લાવવા દીધો.
A family that votes together wins together. Vote Senator Warnock.
Paid for by Desi Blue, desiblue.org. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
We all know the America we love and deserve. But Trump Republicans are trying to take away every value we cherish. Our safety,
Tonight we begin with the growing epidemic of gun violence.
our rights,
The court overturned nearly 50 years of abortion precedent.
our democracy,
Turning now to the new unsettling video from the January 6th Capitol riot.
our existence.
In the Northeast, freak flooding. Meanwhile, out west, historic heat.
But we won't let them win. The future is in our hands. Vote Warnock.
Paid for by Desi Blue, desiblue.org. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
वोटर्स क्या जाने सेनेट का क्या होगा, मेजोरिटी मिले या ना मिले क्या होगा, कोई न जाने सबका फ्यूचर क्या होगा, बैलेट उठा वोट कर आ, सिटी बचा के बोल जॉर्जिया ऑल इज वेल।
All is not well, folks. To avoid gridlocks in the US Senate, we need every Georgia Desi to vote for Senator Warnock on December 6th. So come out and vote.
Paid for by Desi Blue, desiblue.org. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా, పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా, ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సర్దాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా?
Meet the candidates. Reverend Warnock, psychology graduate, PhD and pastor. Mr. Walker, never graduated, never trained, never served. Reverend Warnock.
Hello and welcome to yet another fabulous episode of our talk show with experts. మనతో ఉన్నారు మన ఇమిగ్రేషన్ ఎక్స్పర్ట్ రాహుల్ రెడ్డి గారు. రాహుల్ గారు, థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ ఫర్ బీయింగ్ ఆన్ ద షో టుడే అండి.
థ్యాంక్స్ ఫర్ ఇన్వైటింగ్ మీ గారు.
Thank you. Our program has been supported by movers.com and AHA OTT.com. I love that platform, by the way. Watch us on Yup TV, Facebook, YouTube, Sling TV, World BB TV, and Dish Network. All right. With the world being the way it is right now, and breaking down borders and bringing people a lot closer, our topic for today is kind of for that. So Rahul Garu, staying in India and working for a US company, Andy. So that's not a very distant dream anymore, and you're able to do it. And like you've told so many times, you don't even need to be here to work for a US company. So please explain to us, what are some of the steps that are needed to be followed in order to be able to do this and do this successfully?
First, people need to understand is that you guys don't need to have any work permit from USA to work from India. Okay. So a lot of people will think to work for a US company, logging to US computers, working into US computers, you need to have a work permit. You do not need any work permit. No citizenship, no green card, no H-1B, no H-4. You don't. And think about all these things. When you go to this, high-tech area and also in Hinjawadi and Pune and other areas, you see all these people going and working. Most of them are working in US companies directly. Do they have work permit to work? These people in the high-tech area, they don't. Are they legally allowed to work? Absolutely. The US government and Indian government at this point of time does not recognize cyberspace as a space. It's only you guys, the IT companies, think it's a space. It's not a space, guys. Wherever you sit, the law works there. Now, what are the steps that let's say, for example, US citizens and green card holders, if they want to work in, US citizens definitely need to have a work permit. If they have an OCI, that's an automatic work permit for them to work. They can't just, visit for a long period and work there. They need to have an OCI or any other work permit that's needed though. For the green card holders, they can work absolutely. They're Indian citizens, so they can work. Now, the only thing is that you will be subject, for the US citizens and green card holders, you are subject to the worldwide income wherever you derive it. So if you're in India working, you're making the money there. you still need to report that money in US, and you need to pay difference of taxes between India and USA. So if Indian government is taxed, difference of taxes, yes.
Got it.
Hello.
Just hold on for a minute.
Yes,
for about 5 seconds. Yeah. So the difference of taxes. So if Indian government is taxing 30% and then we are supposed to pay 35% here, for example, then the person has to pay the 5% taxes here in the United States. They need to disclose it. They need to tell that they already paid the Indian government, and the balance they have to pay it here. Okay. So that is needed for the US citizens and the green card holders. For the H1 and H4 people, I mean, you can do whatever you want to. You can work in, and also all other people who aspire to work in the United States. With the remote work possible right now, I mean, most of the companies are allowing remote work. You may want to consider very seriously. Instead of going through all this immigration, you just start working from India.
Why not? Yeah.
Now comes the $1 million question. How would the US company pay the Indian employee?
Right.
This is where the US companies are a little bit hesitant. You can just send an invoice to them and they can pay. They are not subject to any income tax rules of India.
Interesting. So they can wire it to your bank account in India, basically.
Absolutely. And they will not have any problem in IRS here. They will not have any problem in the income tax authorities in India. It is the individual's duty there in India then to disclose that amount to the income tax authorities and pay the income tax there.
Got it.
And there are some rules. When you pay somebody, you have to cut the taxes. Those rules don't apply if a US company is actually paying an Indian guy. That's only if you're paying from India to India. So it's actually very liberal rules available for that. You, as a recipient of the money, are under the obligation to pay the taxes in India. Okay? There is no obligation that the company here has to withhold any taxes, pay any taxes, or do anything at all in USA. Now, there are some companies that are hesitant. No, I don't want to pay like that. You can always find a US company, a pass-through company, that can send an invoice on your behalf, let them pay, and you can get the payment from that company from India directly. You can find it.
You don't even need a bank account here. Rahul Garu?
Nope, you don't need a bank.
You don't need to have anything, basically.
Nothing. You don't need any bank account. So if the company is not willing to directly pay because there are, I don't know, there may be some implications. We need to issue 1099. You don't even have a social security number. How can I do that? Well, you find some company with a tax ID number. They will take your money and they'll give the money, they should pass the money to you in India. And that's possible. And that's perfectly, all what I'm speaking is perfectly, nothing illegal.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Because everything is, you have to pay the taxes. That's all it is. And if you pay taxes, you're in good shape. So please remember that, that it's very simple, very easy to work in India. No obligations, no headaches at all.
Rahul, one more thing. You mentioned about, US citizens who have, like, say, the OCI card or whatever, being able to go back to India, and they have to pay the difference in taxes. Now, is that the same law that's applicable no matter wherever in the world they work, or is it just for India? Like, for example, if say I'm a US citizen and I want to go, settle down now in Singapore, so then what happens?
You have to pay the difference in taxes between the Singapore taxes and the US taxes.
US taxes.
There are some exceptions available up to an amount of X amount. For example, if you're Middle East, there are some exceptions available. You have to check with a chartered accountant though, CPA here. But in general, you will end up paying the tax difference between that country and this country.
Okay. So simple as that. Great idea.
Yeah.
Anything else that you would like to add at this point, sir?
No, I'm fine. Let's go.
And is there anything that people sitting in India wanting to work in US companies need to watch out for,
The only thing is they have to convince the company they can legally work. You can, so if you want, you can have we can have a consultation with your HR or whoever it is in charge, and we can tell them, we can write them and we can give it to them. I'm a lawyer in India and USA in both, so I'm a lawyer in both the countries. So I can write a letter. You can legally pay the money. You will not have any problem with the IRS. You will not have any problem with the IRS income tax authorities in India. It is his obligation to pay the taxes in India.
Got it. Okay, thank you, sir. And on that note, let's start taking our callers, Andy. All right, let's go to our first caller for the day. Caller with number ending in 3094. 3094, we're ready for you now. Hello? Sir, please press *6 to unmute your phone line. Hello?
Yeah, hi, madam. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Hi, madam. Hi, Rahul, sir. My name is Sandeep. I have a couple of questions regarding the H4 EAD application. So, my spouse will be entering to US soon, and I have a H1B approved document until 2025 February, and I have an approved I-140 copy with me. Yes. So, in order, she already has a H1B stamp back in India. So right now, when she enters into US, right, in order to apply H4 EAD, so right now is just do we need to just fill up the I-765, or do we need any other document, any other application forms that need to be filled for filing the H4 EAD?
If she's entering on H4 though, all she needs to is that she just needs to fill only I-765. Of course, she has to enclose the passport, I-94, your H1B approval, your I-140 approval, your recent pay stubs to show the evidence that you are an H1B and you are working. But other than I-765, no other form is required. Okay?
Okay. Yes, sir. And while filing the H4 EAD, I heard that we can able to also apply SSN, but in order to file SSN along with, so do we need to have an employer? I mean, do we need to have a job for that, sir, or
no,
can we just apply?
No, you don't. You do not need to have any job to apply for the H4 EAD. In the I-765 form, they will ask, do you have a social security number? If you say no to that thing, then they will ask you, would you like to apply for social security? You say yes. And they will ask the mom's names, dad's name properly, because when you apply the social security number, you have to give the mom's name and dad's name, which is not there in the regular 765 form, but it's only in the social security part they will ask that question. Once you answer it, they will give you a social security number. Within a 15 days to 1 month period is the time it takes.
Okay, sir, do we need to, is it in the online, or do we need to physically fill it, or I mean, do we need to, can we fill that in online?
Physically fill it though. Physically fill it, that better.
Okay. Yeah, and the last question, sir, do we still have the biometrics and all that stuff? What we have is
765. There is no biometrics for 765. We'll go to the next.
We can just only need. Okay, thank you.
Biometrics is not there for 765. H4 EAD biometrics is not there. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you
so much. Let's take our next caller, Randy. Let's take our next caller, folks. Give me 1 second. Let's take our next caller. All right. Caller with number ending in 3082. We're ready for you now. Caller with number ending in 3082.
Hi, Nitya Garu. Hi, Rahul Garu. Are you able to hear me?
Hi, sir. Yeah, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Hi. Thanks for taking my call. Yeah, so I have a couple of questions related to CSPA age lock for my daughter. My daughter's birthday is September 12, 2002. She is currently 20 years, 2 months old. She's on H4 and I'm on H1B. My priority date is February 24, 2012. I was with employer A by 2012 and my I-140 and EB2 filed, and then I was with him for 6-7 years and moved out of him by 2019, and now I'm with employer B, and employer B started labor a little late. So now it got approved under EB2, and now we filed the labor, we filed the I-140 premium as well as 485 under EB2 together in EB2 November 29. So during which my date was current in final action date, but the I-140 got approved by December 1st, 2022. Okay. So one day just later, during which, EB2 retrogressed to October 8, 2011, I guess.
So when did you say your I-140 got approved? When did you say your I-140 got approved?
It got approved by December 1st, sir, this month.
Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah, just one day. So now, so is it, first of all, under CSPA, her age locked or not, sir, first?
No, because the I-140 has not been approved. 4 things have to happen at the same time. Number 1, she must be under 21. Final action dates have to be current. Adjustment of status has to be filed. I-140 must be approved. So in our case, adjustment of status has been filed. The final action date was current. She is under 21, but the I-140 was not approved in November.
Right. But in the USCIS site, it is mentioned that if you file together, either later of these 2 dates, the 2 dates is either I-140 approval date or the date at which the date becomes current in final action date. The later of these 2 dates, they will take into account. That's what they have mentioned in the USCIS site.
No, the I-140 has to be approved. I-140 has to be approved. Since I-140 is not approved, she is not locked in. Yeah.
Okay, sir. So now
I don't know why you filed the premium processing. Well, premium processing was not, since you already know that the prior date is moving back, you should not have filed the premium processing. You should have filed the normal processing.
I want to try my
luck
before, get up.
Okay,
yeah.
but let's go ahead.
Yeah. So now, what are my options, sir? So if I go for EB3 downgrade, again, EB3 got, my final action date became current well before 2 years. So now we need to seek adjustment of status within 1 year of date being current, right? So do I have the option of filing under EB3 normal and then I can do a refile or interfile? Is there an option that so that I can lock my daughter's age under CSPA? Will that be possible?
Since the final action dates are current under EB3 right now, yeah, I would file an I-140 and 485 for her and do the premium processing of the I-140.
Right, but it became before 2 years itself. My February 24, 2012 became current.
There is no rule like it has to be current 1 year, 2 years. I don't know. That rule is only when you do the console processing. There is no such rule like that. You can still now file a EB3 final EB3 under 485 directly right now with the I-140, of course. You can still file it right now.
So CSPA, okay, under CSPA they have mentioned USCIS within 1 year we need to seek adjustment of status. They have mentioned. So that is
1 year after the I-140 is approved. Your I-140 is not even approved.
Okay. So should I apply for F1, sir, or should I just wait? Can I go for EB3?
No, why apply for EB3 485?
Okay, so under normal or premium, which one you want to?
I would apply in premium processing because if I can get the I-140 approval by December, then she is locked in December under EB3.
But at the same time, do we need to file 485 together?
I would file the 485 together, yes.
Okay. Sure. Okay, I'll do that.
Thank you.
So, final question, sir. F1, do we have premium processing still available? F1?
No, there's no premium processing right now. It may be available at a later date. But for your daughter, I would not choose the F1 if I can file the 485 under EB3 485 if I can file it. Because then it'll be safe, okay? Okay then. Thank you.
All the very best,
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling. Yeah. Let's take our next caller.
These timings are very sensitive. Because of CSPA.
All right. Let's take our next caller. Caller with number ending in 9197. 9197. We're ready for you now. Hello? Please press *6 and 8 to unmute your line. Caller with number ending in 9197.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hi. How are you? Hi, Rahul Reddy garu.
Hi.
Yeah. Actually, my question is, we have green cards
So we're planning to go to India. I don't know, apart from green card, is there any other documents required or to re-enter to the United States? I think.
You are only traveling there and you're coming back in short period of time, within 6 months, is that right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Other than green card,
only 1 month.
You need to take your passport. That's it. Nothing else need to be taken. Green card and
so
passport.
Green card and
no
passport.
Employment,
that's it. Okay.
No employment letter. No W-2. No, they will get confused. What is this guy doing? Okay. So don't take anything. Just passport and green card. And probably if you have old passport, take the old passport and new passport. Okay.
Oh yes, sir. And actually, last time I think I heard from one of the talks, like from you, say like Chicago is not a good for green card, coming back.
No,
like
no,
that,
no.
right?
I never said green card. I never said green card. Chicago might not be good for if there are some doubtful issues on the F1 or H1 issues, though. But green card, I don't see any problem. Never had any problem with green card in Chicago.
With the green card. Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Just green card and passport. No.
Congratulations, sir. Yeah. Congratulations on your
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah, actually, I've been following. Yes, sir. Thank you. I've been following this show and really I got benefited. And I would like to thank Rahul Reddy Garu and TV Asia. Really, thank you so much for your wonderful service.
Thank
you all. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
All right, folks. Before we take our next caller, we have a question. There is a question from KDD Dev. Says, is it necessary to buy health insurance policy via employer? What are the insurance options available for GC, EAD and green card holders?
It's not for the immigration rules are concerned, though. I am not an insurance agent. I'm not what is better or not. But as far as immigration rules are concerned, you're under no obligation to buy only from your employer. If you feel something is better outside, you can. Is it mandatory that you must have a health insurance on a H-1B, or can you be without health insurance? You can be without health insurance too. Immigration rule doesn't say that you have to have health insurance. It doesn't say that.
All right. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Okay. Caller with number ending in 3440. 3440. We're ready for you now. Hello? Caller with number ending in 3440. Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Nitya Garu, and hi, Rahul Reddy. How are you today?
Hi.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Hi.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. I do have a question actually. This is Nitya.
Go ahead, ma'am.
I was on H1. Yeah, I was on H1B cap exempt, and I got off the cap exempt in 2018. Like my visa got rejected, and in this year's lottery, I got picked again, and it was approved. So if I have to do a H1B transfer now, can I just give my recent approval copy? Or like if my attorney, new prospective employer's attorney is asking me to share all the documents, so is it mandatory that I should share my older
Let me ask you this question though. What happened in 2018? Sure. Why was it rejected?
I'm not sure of the reason though, but I got off the cap exempt, and when I later further applied for I-797, they said that I am no longer in the cap.
How? I didn't understood though. So you got the H-1B in lottery system somewhere in 2016, 2017, right?
2015.
And you were
yeah.
And you were in USA from 2015 to 2018.
Yeah, and I was working, and then I did my transfer, and I think it's something to do with my initial petition, and that's where I was told in one of the refusal that I am no longer in the cap.
Okay, I know what that is. That the first company which you filed in 2015 is a fraudulent company, and they did an in-house project or a fake project.
Yeah. Probably.
Okay, you have to tell that, ma'am. Yeah. Okay. So that's the reason why the USCIS said it to you in 2018. Since the first one is a fraudulent H-1B, you are no longer in the H-1B at all. And that's the reason why you have to apply in the lottery again. So now the question is that should you give the you should give the documents what your lawyer has asked, and you should explain what happened to him. And you need to explain it very clearly to him that the first 3 years I was not counted because it's a fraudulent H-1B that the company filed. And this is one thing. Yeah. Do you have any questions on it?
Yeah, I wasn't aware when I first applied whether my employer did it in-house or anything. By then I was not aware of all these kind of rules actually. But after some years, I got to know all of these.
Yeah, the only problem is when we tell this to people, they don't believe us. They believe, and the USCIS, when they catch these fraudulent companies, they don't catch them immediately, because if they catch immediately, you would have been in a bit better position. When they file the H-1B, they go to the USCIS says it's a fraudulent H-1B, you would have been fine. They don't. They do it after 3 years. And when we tell people don't go to these bad companies, they don't listen to us. They don't listen to us. And believe they don't listen to us at all. And I wish I could put you on the YouTube and have a separate show with you, how the company did, what the company did, but you won't come. If you want to, please let me know. I'll put you on the show next time.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Rahul. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling in.
Nitya Garu, every week I get 2 to 3 consultations where the people have actually filed through fraudulent companies, got the H-1Bs, and later on their H-1B gets revoked 3 years, 4 years, 5 years down the line. Because what the USCIS says is that the first H-1B was filed by a fraudulent company. The second company or third company may be Apple.
Right.
They are not going to worry about Apple's H-1B. They are saying that the first in-house project that they filed is a fraudulent company. In fact, recently, I got a consultation with one guy wherein he paid some money to this consultancy to file a H-1B, or he was supposed to pay the money.
Right.
And his name got selected in the lottery.
Okay.
And this guy paid the money, filed the H-1B. They issued an RFE. In the RFE, what they said was that there were 5 different companies that filed for this guy in a lottery system.
Oh, okay.
And all these 5 companies are related companies is the RFE that came in. Now, this couple calls me from London and asks me the question, hey, how do we respond to this company? I said, this is a fraudulent company. Did you contact these 5 companies? No. Did I inform? Did I told? How did they got your date of birth? How did they got your passport number?
Right.
How did you get the passport? The guy they contacted actually distributed into 5 different H-1Bs with 5 different companies. All 5 different companies. All 5 companies are fraudulent companies.
Okay.
And they have given the notice when you pay the $10 lottery, they have given all the information, what number they have allocated to the particular person in all different 5 companies. I said, look, when you are, I didn't know that paying money is wrong. Okay, that's fine. You didn't know paying money is wrong. But you're telling that you did not contact it. How did the USCIS know that they filed the 5 H-1Bs? Only this particular guy, fraudulent company, could have done that since you did not do it.
Yeah.
And this is going to happen with a lot of people. Their H-1Bs will be revoked.
Yeah. So Rahul Garu, what are some precautions that people can take, or in the aftermath kind of situations, like you find out in a case like this that this is a fraudulent company and stuff. What is it that you can do to sort of mend your bridges with USCIS? Like not burning bridges.
First is I would like to extract as much money as possible from this fraudulent company for this particular individual, because the company is going to die. Okay, right. That's going to happen. Sachpena Barak Budret Palanatu, I'll try to get to milk them out as much as possible for my client.
Okay.
The second is, unfortunately, there is nothing can be done.
Okay.
Because this lady got an H-1B in 2015, 2018. The 2018 company might be Apple. The 2018 might be Amazon. So they don't even ask any question about the 2018 company, though. It is the first company. Unfortunately, nothing can be done. You just have to leave the country and come back on a different visa status later on.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
That's really sad, Andy.
And people fall into this. They know it's fraudulent, and they will tell me all different things. Look, this guy has filed for an in-house project, okay? And it's a home address that he has, okay? He cannot keep 120 people in that apartment, believe me. Trust me on that. I don't know. I have not seen an apartment which is bigger than where it can put 120 people. Oh, really? This is that. And then they will come up with an address. Okay, 150 H-1B is fine. With a PO box. They have you know what a Regus is? You know, you go, you pay $100, you get it. They say they give an address to you. So that address is used by 1,000 different companies.
Correct.
So they can't put 50 people in the Regus office. They cannot. So we tell people, but they think that that's an easy way to get it. What can we do? Well, we make money on them later on. Why not?
Well, for people who are watching, if it looks easy and it seems too easy, then there is a high chance that it is not going to be easy in the future. So, you know, just think twice before you sign up with such people. All right. On that note, I have a question for you, sir. This is from Lokesh. It says, can owning a few stocks in a cannabis company affect my 485 process? I know we've talked about this.
At this point of time, they are not asking whether you own the cannabis or not. They are asking whether you have used the cannabis or not. I don't know. At a later date, they may change their opinion on that. I would definitely like to get away from cannabis because under the federal law, cannabis is not legal, simply.
Right.
Now, it's available in the stock market. I don't know about all those things. It's not federally, it's still a crime.
Right. Yeah, state laws and federal laws are different. So
are different.
To keep in mind.
You can be detained at the CBP, you can be detained at the immigration. Maybe your local police officer, local police officer in let's say Colorado or California may not be able to arrest you, but the federal officers can arrest you. And when you cross the border into Texas, they will arrest you.
Got it. Okay. So in case people own the stock, what is the best option for them? Should they get rid of it?
Get rid of them. Get rid of it.
All right. And on that note, let's take our next caller, Andy. All right. Caller with number ending in 4742. 4742. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, Nitya, and hi, Rahul. My question is like my I-485 is pending for more than 6 months. And after watching your video, sir, like I decided to use my EAD. But unfortunately, what happened, like I forgot to apply for the extension of my wife's H4 because of the medical reasons and my ignorance. So my lawyer suggested to apply for the H4 extension using NPT or something. And we already applied. It's still pending, you know, I-4 extension. H4 extension, it's still pending with the immigration department. So I'm wondering, like, if I start using my EAD, what's going to happen if my wife's extension is denied?
Wait. You said you filed for the 485. Did you also file for your wife's 485 also?
Yes, sir. And she got EAD and AP approved.
I need to kill myself. Why do you need H4? She has an EAD. Adjustment of status EAD.
No, but the unfortunate thing is, I didn't apply for my wife's extension. It was like 6 months late, you know, because of the medical problems and my ignorance.
Wait. Let me understand. At the time when you filed for the 485, she had a H4 or she did not have H4?
She didn't had H4, but she applied for the H4. She applied for the H4.
Oh, now I see the problem there. When did the I-94 offer expired though? And when did you apply the 485?
I-94 expired in September 2021, and we applied for the extension in the month of May 2022. So she almost overstayed like more than 6 months.
Okay,
485 in the month of June, in June 2022.
Okay, that's definitely a problem. Because that's more than 6 months of unlawful presence though. If the H4 is not approved though, she may actually get her 485 denied.
Okay, you may get that.
You may want to
EAD?
You may want to contact a lawyer before you use the EAD. Okay? Because there are negative consequences. Her 485 might be denied. Next person.
Thank you, sir.
So one last question, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, sir.
Even if I keep my H4, even if I keep my H1B status, like, let's say...
I got the point. Yeah. Even if you keep the H1B, your wife's problem is not getting resolved. I'm not telling that by keeping an H1B, your wife's problem is getting resolved. But I just want you to have a strategy overall. What should you do in the short term and the long run? By just keeping the H1B, her H4 will automatically get approved? It's not getting resolved. It's not getting resolved. But I still want you to consult a lawyer privately. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Let's take another question.
Nitya Garu, what I would have done for this guy in June of 2022 would have told her to go to India to get the stamping and come back. Right. Would have been a little bit better, because right now everything is dependent on that non-protunct H4 extension that was filed 7 months after the I-94 has been expired. So if that gets denied, though, unfortunately, the officer will not have any discretion but to deny the 485 additional status application. We'll go to the next caller.
Okay. Question for you, Rahul Garu. Says, this is from Priya Bhupalan, says, I am H1B, I-140 approved. Can I visit India for a 2-3 month vacation by leaving my 16-year-old son who's on H4 here in the US with proper legal guardian paperwork signed and assigning family friends as a guardian?
She's only 2 months, is it right? She's saying 2 months?
2 to 3 months.
I don't see any problem.
16-year-old son.
I don't see any problem in it. As far as the guardianship and everything has been taken care of, I don't see any problem whatsoever at all if she is traveling for 2 or 3 months. And, children need to go to school.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
Okay. Awesome, Monday. Let me get another question for you. This is from Gola24. Says, for USCIS worksite audit, what kind of questions can they ask us?
FTNS visits is a typical thing, though. Some of the officers will only ask the basic questions. What are you working? What are your job duties? From what time you're working there? Can you give us a recent pay stubs? These are the typical questions that they ask. Sometimes these officers are going too far, asking too many questions that are irrelevant to determination, because USCIS is only to determine the specialty occupation. So they're not there to determine your entire immigration history, these officers. So if they do, though, what my recommendation to people is, you don't have to cooperate with them. You tell that, according to the website of the FTNS, this is a voluntary thing. It's my option to cooperate with you or not. If you limit your questions to the proper things, what are needed by the law, I'm going to cooperate. Otherwise, I want to show something, but I don't want to show on the YouTube.
Okay. So Rahul Garu, your point is great, but I do know people tend to get very scared or afraid of these people.
That's the reason you have to point out to the officer. The USCIS website of the FTNS clearly states that it is a voluntary thing.
Okay.
There is no obligation from the employee or employer to cooperate on this. So I would normally tell the officer, look, if you're going to limit your questions only to determine the specialty occupation, which is the law here, USCIS need to, then I will cooperate with you. Otherwise, I will show the finger.
Okay. All right. We'll not
and then point out to them, look, according to the website of the USCIS, FTNS, it's very clearly noted. And you all guys can go to the FTNS. It's control F and then put voluntary. And it clearly says that it's voluntary participation by the employees or the employers. If you refuse it, the officer have to then close the chapter then itself. So typically if they ask questions, pay stubs, where you're employed, from what time, job duties, those are good questions, guys. I would like you guys to answer those questions. But if they're going over the board, how many times you have contacted your employer, what's the relationship between employer and this one, and all, give me the entire W-2s, the entire pay stubs, not the recent pay stubs, I would put a stop to them. Look, according to the website, I don't have to cooperate. Goodbye.
All right. So here's another interesting question. This is from Ragini Gupta. Now she says that I'm on an H4 visa in the US. Can I work for an Indian company, a company that doesn't have any US association, remotely?
If she has an EAD, she can. If she does not have an EAD, she cannot.
Oh, interesting. Even if it's an Indian company.
That is right. Even if it's an Indian company. Remember what I told? The US government and the Indian government does not recognize cyberspace, phone, videos. They don't. I don't know of any world, in this world, any government recognizes the space. I know you are in Atlanta. I'm here. Our hosts are in New Jersey. This is all goes on. But for them, wherever you are sitting, the work permit has to be there. So if you are sitting in USA, you want to work, you must have a work permit. That's the reason I call it as a rule of butt. Wherever your butt is sitting, you must have a work, and you're working there, you must have work permit. And if she does not have a work permit here, she cannot work. If she has a EAD, then she can work.
Okay. I love the terms we come up with, and the rule of the butt, Margarita visa, Margarita Mexico visa, you know. Our show has introduced some very nice, you know.
Especially Margarita, everybody got it now. Everybody got some Margarita.
More than we care to admit.
Yeah.
All right, let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 3983. 3983, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, sir, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah.
My question is like, I have filed for, like, I have appointment on Jan 4th, like it's a family appointment. Me and my wife I have filed for H1B stamping, and she's going for H4 stamping. And due to some personal reasons, I'm not going. Can my wife can go for H4 stamping?
But you put it as a dependent of you is there in that application, is that right? It's not an individual application.
Yeah, it's a dependent, yeah.
And I would want you to, yeah. I mean, when you fill the DS-160 appointment, you made H1B and H4 at the same time, or it's separately
made? DS-160 is separate, like DS-160 is separate.
And when you made an appointment, when you made an appointment, how did you made it?
It's a family. Like I'll be the primary applicant, and she's a dependent.
Yeah, no, I want a separate appointment for her. Luckily, the appointments are available right now. I would want you to make her to make a separate appointment if you're not going.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. You want like a separate appointment? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. All right. Before we take our next caller, I have a question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Tarun Reddy. Says, I came to the US on H-1B visa in May of 2022. I'd like to go and stay in India for 1 or 2 years. What are my options to return back to the USA? Like I-140 approved. Visa stamping is up to 2024.
If his I-140 is approved, though, within the next 90 years, he can come back to United States at any point of time. Why would I won't say more than 90 years? Because I don't expect this guy to live more than 90 years.
I wouldn't expect him to work at 90 years, sir.
Yeah, so he can come back at any point of time, okay? Since he was in USA on a H-1B, he's been counted toward H-1B number since his I-140 is approved, though. He can always come back at any point of time. So I'm a little bit confused whether his I-140 is approved, assuming that he first time came into USA.
If I-140 is approved, then can we come back, kind of a thing?
I-140 is approved, he can. Now let's look into scenario. If the I-140 is not approved, can a person come back? Assuming that they have not used up the 6 years of H-1B.
Okay.
Okay. If they have not used the 6 years of H-1B, still the 90-year rule works. They can always come back. However, if they don't want to go to the lottery system, they can only get the remaining part of the 6 years of H-1B.
Okay, got it.
So if they have used up 3 years, they can only get 3.
Then even that doesn't matter, right?
That doesn't.
Like how many years they've been here. Okay.
That is right.
Got it. Okay. All right. Let's take our next caller, sir. Okay, caller with number ending in 1363. 1363. We're ready for you now. Hello.
Hi, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hi, Rahul. Thanks for your service, first of all. So I have a question. I have filed my 485 in September. My priority date is 2012 December. I missed the boat last year due to employer changes. I live in Windsor, which is across the border with Detroit.
I'm aware of
that. Kind of across border. Yeah. So after filing 485, I mean, I'm still living in Windsor, but I have my H1 and H4 valid visas. I have my extension up to 26, but current visa valid till 23 March. I got my medical request. I did not submit medical evidence forms during my 485.
Okay, you got the,
I just got medical request just on Friday last week. Does that mean they're processing my case actively even the date is not correct?
They're processing. They're processing. They'll work on your file, but they will not approve it.
Okay. And my wife got a question like showing a marital relationship since we got married, almost like 9 years. I'm just wondering what if it's maybe a complicated query or is it a normal question?
It's a normal query. The reason is that the USCIS officials are mostly aligned to give the marriage-based green cards, though. And according to their survey, though, okay, the US citizens getting married to the foreigners, there is a 30% fraudulent rating in the marriage, okay? But when it comes to the employment marriage like yours, I mean, you never even can imagine anything that any fraud can, that you actually are not married to her and you are just faking. I cannot even imagine. Okay, so that fraud is not there, but they're inclined to think that it's a fraudulent marriage. Okay, so just give them the documents. You may have, do you have kids?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Okay, there is called the living together documents, a lease agreement, income tax filing together, bank statements, credit card statements, insurance, driving license.
You have to show every year somehow. Yeah.
You don't have to show. I will not put more than 500 pages. Because if I have to show your marriage from the time you get married, that's going to go to 3,000, 4,000 pages. I will limit myself somewhere between 250 to 300 pages. Okay?
Okay. I have one last question. We are actually living in Windsor, like I said. and we are expecting our next baby in a couple of months. So, thank you. I'm in a kind of a dilemma because of 485 in process, and mine is the 2012 December. Would it be like should I go in and, in terms of, I don't know whether I can add the baby after the fact because my 140 is already approved. That's
wait. Let me ask you this question though.
Yeah.
Why can't you have the baby deliver in USA and get rid of me?
That's what I'm kind of thinking, but I was in dilemma because of
no. Please. I'm not worth. Believe me, I'm not worth. Okay. How can I say this for you?
You should have.
You are going to complicate. You will complicate the whole thing. We will get the hitch for the baby when the priority date becomes current. You will have to throw thousands and thousands in filing fees and my money. Believe me, it's not worth.
Okay.
It is not worth it. It is not worth it. I would not do that.
I was thinking. Yeah, it's because of the Canadian citizens will have on arrival visa. I was thinking that might be a little bit.
But yeah, the kid has to come on a H4 visa. They cannot file the adjustment of status if they come on a visa waiver program. So we need to get the kid H4. Then we have to wait for them the priority date to become current. Then we have to pay them $750 plus this guy charges some money. And then we have to get the medicals for the kid. The kid is just 1 month old. You don't want to punch them all the holes which are not needed. Okay. Now.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, have your baby here. Oh God.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm having palpitations into this list of things.
I know. Yeah, that's why I was. Okay. But in the worst case, Rahul, if I have to get it here, because there are some complications.
Then you have to file a H4. You consult me privately. I'll charge money and make rich on you.
Okay.
Next person. Okay.
It's
a long way.
Okay. Thank you, Rahul.
I hope everything goes well. All right.
Thank you.
Let's take our next caller, Andy. Sure, Andy. Let's take our next caller. Caller with number ending in 1100. Caller with number ending in 1100. We're ready for you now. Hello.
Hello. Thank you for taking my call. This is Satya. Thanks, Rahul and Nitya, for taking my call. I have a couple of questions. We filed adjustment of status in September 2020 when my priority date is current. In the 3 category, 2020 when the priority date is current. Yes, in EB3 category because EB2 downgraded.
I am pretty aware of those days and everything. Why and why not? Okay. Give me the priority date.
Okay. Yeah. April 2014.
Thank you. Keep going.
Yeah. EB3 140 was approved in July 2021, and then in 2022 we upgraded to 140 because it is a downgraded application. So my attorney has sent 140 in upgraded 140. It was also approved. Along with that, 485J was sent for the upgraded by 140. It was also approved in premium processing. Now, is my son's age is locked because my 485J is still in pending status?
You didn't refile the 485s, right? In EB2. You just do the 485J upgrade.
Yes. We refiled the 140 only, not the 485.
Not the 485. Yeah. It's not a guaranteed method of securing in the CSPA if you have just did the 485J supplement though. It is
but if
pretty
the 140
much assured,
is approved,
it's not
if the 140 in EB2 is approved, 140 was sent on July 5th. It was approved in premium processing in EB2 category with the same perm.
Yeah, but when you file the 485J supplement to move to EB2, it's not a guaranteed way. that you are assured in EB2. It's a discretion of the USCIS official to approve it under EB2 or not. So that's where the doubt comes in, if the kid is still saved under the CSPA or not. The better way would have been at that point of time to refile the 485 application under EB2. That would have secured the CSPA.
Okay.
Right now, we don't know. There's a 80% probability that the kid will be secured in EB2. There's a 20% probability the kid is not going to be. So if the child is getting 21 though, I would keep them on F1 though, even though 485 has been filed. Okay?
Okay. Okay. And my second question is, in October 2022, I got my medicals to be refiled. Because it has been 2 years, I am not sure why they are asking for medicals. It will be a routine 2 years program for them until I get a green card.
It could be. It could be. Sometimes I don't know why they're asking. Your prior date is not even current or nearby current. They should not be asking. But there are two things you can do. You can challenge them. Okay, pay me good money. You may win or you may lose. I win either way. The second is, because if you lose, I still get my monies, right? I mean, I won't give my money back. The second way is just submit them. Don't just submit the medicals. And you know what I'm going to do if I win you.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Rahul.
Okay then. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right. Rahul, got a question for you. This is from Mehul Shah. He says, I got my GC employment based in August of 2022, but both my wife and son who are secondary are still waiting for their GCs. Our priority dates have been current for a long time. Would it be fine to travel on an advance parole while still waiting for the GC approval?
Absolutely not a problem. They're traveling right now is absolutely not a problem. If the priority date is current, though, they should try to contact the congressman to see. If the priority date is not current, they should think about something called F2A, family-based second preference A category. Okay, they should consider if the priority date is not current. Okay? But I have no problem, absolutely no problem in their traveling.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. And this is from Gupta A. It says, I got picked for the H-1B lottery, applied to USCIS and got an RFE where I'm on H-4 dependent visa. My question is an RFE. USCIS asked for a job posting website, need to have date for job posting in employer website. Okay, I'm a little confused.
Some of the times the USCIS will ask if there is any job posting for the job. The reason why they are asking that question is that whether in the job posting of the employer, did they set the degree, bachelor's degree in computer science is required or not is what they are looking at. So if the company has not posted anything on the website, then they don't have to provide it to them. If you don't have it, you don't have it. You tell them that this job was never posted on the website, and not all the companies post the jobs on the website though. So, and if they don't post the job on the website, there's nothing wrong with it. If it is, then they want to see if the bachelor's degree is mentioned there or not. That's what they're interested in.
Got it. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Also, Rahul Garu, we did do a segment last week about the EAGLE Act, a couple of weeks ago. But I just wanted to touch base with you and also see if there's been any updates on the EAGLE Act and, where are we at right now?
There are a lot of advocacy going on against the EAGLE Act, though. Okay. So, and that's where we are getting an indication that it's actually moving to the right place where it will be voted. Now, for the people who don't know what an EAGLE Act is, this is the one that is going to remove the per country quota limit in a phased manner.
Right.
So there are some organizations, I don't want to name those organizations and people, but there are some people that are opposing this EAGLE Act. They have been posting messages and there are in favor, against too. All the people who are listening to this TV I request them that it is in the best interest of the people. to have this discrimination based on the national origin be taken off. And that letter is provided by TVATEIUGU. The link is provided. If you scroll down, show more at the bottom there, you will have the link there. The draft of the letter is there. I want you to send the letter to the congressman. I want you to send the letters to the senators, 2 senators of you. We have up to about 80-85 people who are support in the House, and we are about 3 supporters in the Senate at this point of time. We need a lot more movement on those things. If you recall last time, in December of 2020, this bill was passed in the Senate. This bill was passed in the House. But the problem was that they need some reconciliation of the bill, and they didn't have enough time. New Congress came in. Now we are here. As you know, that we call this as a lame duck session that ends on January 3rd. So all this activity need to happen from now onwards to January 3rd. So that's just less than 1 month. The activity, 30 days is left for us to act on it. Please write letters. The draft is provided to you. There's very good chance it will come to the vote. Now, it depends on how much push you will make, whether this bill will pass through or not. We don't know how committed Democrats are to pass this bill. We don't know how much opposition we're going to get from the Republicans. At least in the House, Republicans are a little bit opposed to this bill, though. But we don't need all the Democrats to vote for us in the House, though, if we can get some Republican votes in the House, though. So the Republicans, if they completely abstain voting from this bill, though, then we may be in trouble. We may not have enough votes from the Democrats. So please, everybody, write a letter to a congressman, to a senator.
Okay. And I guess especially if they're Republican congressmen, then please make sure to write them and let them know your situation. So it pushes them to make the right choice when it comes to voting for this.
And we have given guidance how to find your congressman's contact information, how to find your senator's contact information in the link that TVATEIUGU has provided for you.
Awesome. Thank you, Andy Rahul Garu. All right, folks, as always, all out of time today, but we know we have a lot of callers waiting and a lot of questions coming in on our live chat. But we promise to come back same time, same place next week with a ton of more information, ton more questions, and a ton of more callers as well. Rahul Garu, thank you so much, Andy, as always, for being on the show and for helping out our viewers and our listeners. And to all our viewers, stay happy, stay safe, and we'll see you same time, same place next week. And until then, have a fabulous week. Thank you.
Thank you.
గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సరదాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా?
Meet the candidates. Reverend Warnock, psychology graduate, PhD and pastor. Mr. Walker, never graduated, never trained, never served. Reverend Warnock works tirelessly for the good of his congregation, his constituents, and his country. Mr. Walker is an abusive husband, an absent father, and pays for abortions, but he does play football. Warnock's hero, Martin Luther King. Walker is a Trumpist. Make the right choice. Vote Senator Warnock.
Paid for by Desi Blue, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
Welcome to Myth Busting.
Republicans are better for the economy.
Let's see. Data shows real GDP has grown 1.6 times faster under Democrats.
Republicans are better for jobs.
Really? Job growth has been 2.5 times faster under Democrats.
Republicans are better from my pocketbook.
Really? Republicans give us recessions while Democrats grow the economy. And the winner is... So if you want to win, vote Senator Warnock.
Paid for by Desi Blue, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా.
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन सबका खेल.
Download AHA now.
हमने साथ मिलकर कोविड-19 पर अच्छी लीडरशिप के लिए वोट दिया.
మేము ఆరోగ్య రక్షణ కోసం ఓటు వేస్తాము.
ਅਸੀਂ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਬੇਈਮਾਨ ਪੋਲਿਟਿਸ਼ਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਖਿਲਾਫ ਵੋਟ ਦਿੱਤਾ.
나는 수출프로들께 와क리고
आम्ही स्त्रियांच्या हक्कांसाठी मतदान केले.
हमने साथ में वोट दिया है नस्ल परस्तों को निकालने के लिए.
અમે અમારો મત સાથે રહીને ઇકોનોમી પાછી લાવવા દીધો.
A family that votes together wins together. Vote Senator Warnock.
Paid for by Desi Blue, desiblue.org. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
We all know the America we love and deserve. But Trump Republicans are trying to take away every value we cherish. Our safety.
Tonight we begin with the growing epidemic of gun violence.
Our rights.
The court overturned nearly 50 years of abortion precedent.
Our democracy.
Turning now to the new unsettling video from the January 6th Capitol riot.
Our existence.
In the Northeast, freak flooding. Meanwhile, out west, historic heat.
But we won't let them win. The future is in our hands. Vote Warnock.
Paid for by Desi Blue, desiblue.org. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
वोटर्स क्या जाने सेनेट का क्या होगा, मेजोरिटी मिले या ना मिले क्या होगा, कोई न जाने सबका फ्यूचर क्या होगा. बैलेट उठा वोट कर आ, सिटी बचा के बोल जॉर्जिया ऑल इज वेल.
All is not well, folks. To avoid gridlocks in the US Senate, we need every Georgia Desi to vote for Senator Warnock on December 6th. So come out and vote.
Paid for by Desi Blue, desiblue.org. Not authorized by